First things first, thousands of farmers from India's northern states will resume their protest march to Delhi on Wednesday. Now, the announcement came after agitating farmers rejected a central government proposal offering minimum support prices or MSPs on number of crops through cooperatives. Now, the farmers are demanding a legal guarantee of minimum support price on 23 crops. Farmer leaders say they held detailed discussions over the government proposal and reached at a conclusion that it was not in favour of the farmers. The proposal was offered during a meeting between the protesting farmer leaders and 3 union ministers on Sunday night. The farmers have also demanded that they should be allowed to hold peaceful march to Delhi and that Punjab-Haryana borders should be opened for them.
The problem lies with this government's intentions. If they had good intentions, they would have never brought such a proposal.
According to the proposal that was offered to the farmers, government cooperative agencies including the NCCF and the NAFED will procure maize in 3 pulses, that is Arhar, Urad and Moong, and the Cotton Corporation of India will procure cotton produce after the MSP is decided upon by the government committee. For this, the farmers in these agencies will get into a legal contract of 5 years.
Farmer leaders say that the proposal is one of contract farming in the name of diversification, adding that it will only benefit those farmers who diversify from paddy. Earlier on Monday, the Samyukta Kisan Morcha, which is not part of the march to Delhi, rejected the centre's offer, saying it seeks to divert and dilute the farmers' demand for MSPs.
The Samyukt Kisan Morcha spearheaded the year-long agitation ending in 2021, where thousands of farmers camped outside Delhi borders for months before the government finally accepted their demands. And now for more on this, we're being joined by correspondent Dharamjot Kaur on the phone line on ground from the Haryana-Punjab border. Dharamjot, thank you so much for joining us at this hour. Now, I want to understand first what the situation on ground is. What is on your take on what the mood is currently on ground?
Well, Haim, the mood here remains very, very energetic. Of course, everyone is preparing to march towards Delhi. As you already mentioned, the union leaders have said that they will be marching towards the national capital on February 21st. That's tomorrow. Now, the farmers here have a very, a do-or-die approach to this entire list of demands that they have. It's completely all or nothing for them. And since the proposal has been rejected, which is something that all farmers here also support, their mood now is we just need to prepare, we need to head towards the national capital, we need to find a way that the government listens to our demands and agrees to what we're asking for. Additionally, there are other farmers from other unions who have been protesting across the states of Punjab and Haryana, also in Uttar Pradesh. They are also expected to join into this movement and make it, a larger agitation, as we also heard at the press conference last night when the leaders had called on other farm unions to also join into the movement at the Punjab-Haryana border. Haim?
Dharab, of course, you've been interacting with the farmers very closely since you've been there on ground since the day of since the beginning of the protests. Talk to us about your own interactions with them. And you did mention briefly earlier, but I would like you to just elaborate a little further on your takeaways from being there on ground and reporting from there.
Well, Shivan, this protest is, it's very familiar to what had happened in 2020, 2021. That was a year-long agitation, when the farmers had demanded that the 3 farm laws be repealed. So, yes, the movement is very similar. Of course, they have a very specific list of demands that was made. The key point of contention being that when the laws were repealed in 2021, both parties, the government and the farm union leaders, had agreed to setting up a panel to discuss MSP and implement it as a policy going forward. But since that did not happen in the coming years, now the farmers, they are hell-bent and they're completely adamant that they want legal guarantee on the MSP. This is what they're saying, and this is what I found most interesting on ground. They say that if a manufacturer who manufactures all the goods that you find in the market, if they can collectively decide MRP of their products or the minimum retail price, then why can't farmers have the right to determine what the minimum support price for their crops is? After all, it is their basic sustenance and livelihood. So this is what the farmers on the ground are saying. Of course, they're also saying that we want the MSP on all 23 crops, not just the 5 crops that the government is proposing. Shivan?
Right, and of course, Amjot, as we know, the farmers are going to resume their march to the capital. Has there been any word or movement on that front?
Not at the moment, of course. Everyone is waiting on word from the union leaders. The farmers here, they follow the instructions and the orders that come from all of their leaders. Of course, the time set for resuming the march towards Delhi is at 11 a.m. tomorrow, the February 21st. So until then, it's only preparations. They are trying to ensure that they have, months of supplies. They're preparing for worst-case scenarios, as this is something that had also happened the last time as well, So just a mood of preparation over here, a lot of discussions, a lot of do's and don'ts. Obviously, the farmers have been told and they agree that this needs to be a completely peaceful march. We're only going towards the national capital to have our demands met. So they're also requesting, the state governments to open up the borders so they can head to Delhi, and march since it is their constitutional right. Haim?
Well, Dharmjot, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. We'll, of course, continue to track this very closely with you there on ground.